All right, folks, breaking news coming your way. Some of you might already know, but in just a couple of days, the documentary on Johnny Somali by Alex Novel is set to drop. Now, I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, but I did sit down with Alex for an early interview about it. And let me tell you, he did not hold back. Long story short, he finessed Johnny Somali out of 30 grand by getting him to sign a fake contract that gave up all his rights. Today, we're diving into my full interview with Alex, plus footage of Johnny and Hank actually signing that contract. Trust me, this is wild. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right in. So just to set the scene, I'm talking to you on a Sunday. Your documentary goes live in 4 days. We agreed to do a full interview once it's released. And you've told me there are some serious bombshells in there. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going in blind. But let me ask you, what's the story behind your financial deal with Johnny? So when I first reached out to do the documentary on Johnny, I hopped into his Discord and was like, hey bro, I can help get you out. I'll talk to the State Department, get them to set you free. Just meet me in Korea. And Johnny was like, bet, I need the help. Of course, that was a bit of a stretch. The truth is, I just wanted to land the interview, get the guy on camera and hear him out. But he's always on guard, always trying to defend himself. So I had to figure out what could I offer him to get him to sit down and talk. Because look, I don't pay for interviews. That's just not how I operate. So that's how it started. I booked a flight to Korea. Wait, you offered him something you knew you couldn't actually make happen? Yeah. But look, I don't have anything personal against Johnny. Honestly, I think it's kind of funny. If he'd done even a little homework on me, looked at my YouTube channel, he'd know I'm constantly trolling right-wing figures. I pranked Jones for crying out loud. So, how in the world would I have access to someone like Marco Rubio? How am I freeing you from Korea? Like, come on, if that's what convinced you to talk to me, that's on you. You didn't do your research. It's not like I lied maliciously, just played the game a bit. Anyway, I land in Korea, and the same day I touch down, Johnny pulls one of his stunts, shirtless, dancing in the street, yelling for the police. Actually, scratch that. That happened a couple days before I left. When I got there, he was totally wiped out, probably from partying with some crypto guys. He slept all day. Later that night, I get a message from Hank. He says, all right, so here's the deal. Johnny's down to do the documentary, but we want financial compensation. And man, let me just say, your impression of him is too good. That's hilarious. So they wanted money. What kind of money were they asking for? Well, I'm sitting in a car with Mondo ready to go meet Johnny, and Hank hits me with, Johnny wants $30,000 for the interview. Can you swing that? And I'm like, what? No. We never discussed money before. I've already flown across the globe, and now you're dropping this on me? And he says, well, that's the only way Johnny's doing it. We need to be paid. So I tell him, look, I can't pay you up front, but here's what I can offer. If the documentary gets picked up by Netflix or Hulu, and there's a good chance it might, it's the Johnny Somali story, we'll work out a deal and you'll get paid then. That seemed good enough for them. So fast forward to us filming at Johnny's lawyer's office. They asked me to bring a contract from the network. I was like, sure. I ended up Googling the kind of release form Sacha Baron Cohen uses. You know, the one he uses in Borat when he pranks people, to make sure they can't sue after the fact. That contract usually includes a small payment, like $100 or $200, but also has a clause that stops people from coming after more money later on. So I copied that and added a line saying they'd get 20% of the gross revenue if the film sold to a network. Then at the bottom, right before the signature, it says something like, I acknowledge that any promises made by the filmmaker aren't part of the actual deal. So yeah, pretty much a bogus contract. I've got it right here, and I filmed them signing it on camera. Did they even read it? Not really. Johnny's lawyer looked at it, said it seemed fine, but he spoke Korean. So now feels like the perfect time to show you the footage, Johnny and Hank at the lawyer's office, reading and signing that contract. This whole thing cracks me up. Take a look. Let me know when you're ready to continue with the next part.